Bob Carr here with another episode of the Bob Carr Show. Joining us in the studio today is Miss Lisa. Miss Lisa, how are you?
Great. How are you doing, Bob?
Doing fantastic on this spring day. So give us some tips, Miss Lisa. We're ready for you.
All
what do you
right.
got on your phone there? We were talking off camera about. Come on.
So it's springtime. The market is early, in full swing already. If you're getting ready to list your home for sale, besides calling me, there's a bunch of things that you need to really start doing now. Buying more light bulbs. Lighting is extremely important. Cleaning your light fixtures within your house. Nobody wants to show a dark house and your pictures don't look good if you don't have enough lighting in your home. Deep cleaning your house. All the crevices. Clean means money. Renting a storage unit. Decluttering your home. We all have a lot of stuff. We want it to look minimalist when we're showing it. That way the rooms appear larger and more useful. Call your favorite handyman or contractor, because guaranteed there are some repairs and fix-its that you've been meaning to get to, but they really should get done before you're under contract and have a home inspection.
Makes sense.
Painting the walls. You may have not painted for the last 8 to 10 years, and you don't really realize they're looking a little dingy because you've been used to it for a while. Fresh coat of paint also says clean and well cared for. Staging your home. That is one of the best ways to get return on your investment and the highest possible price. Because with a staged home, you're presenting a lifestyle, and we're taking all of our professional photos with the staged images, and you get one chance to make your first impression. So we need everything to look pristine and ready to go from the get-go. Depersonalizing, taking down anything like pictures of family, information like your diplomas and your certificates and your awards. We want people to be able to picture themselves living in your home and not get too tied to some other family living there. And of course, professional landscaping and curb appeal. Your house is going to be shown in the daylight and maybe even at dusk. So we were talking earlier about some of the lighting packages that you have. Boy,
Absolutely.
That can really make your house stand out.
Absolutely.
So definitely either add it or update or touch up what you've already got going on.
Makes sense.
And again, a professional photographer is the only way to go. So that's the list of prep for sale items.
That's a lot of items.
Yeah, you should get started months before you're ready to put your house on the market.
I'm assuming by your face, a lot of people don't.
That is correct. Yeah, usually if I sit down with people, a realistic amount of time would be maybe 2 to 3 months to get started on this ahead, assuming you don't have some mountain list of things that are insurmountable to get done in a reasonable time frame. But spring came early this year, weather-wise and market-wise. But I think you still got some time. The highest level of inventory coming into the marketplace, even though it's still a low number this year, is going to be that May-June timeframe. So if this is April when this comes out, then you've still got a little bit of time and you can make it happen if you're diligent.
So the million-dollar question, what is going on in the market right now? I heard you talking off camera to a couple people here in the studio. So what is happening?
Yeah, so interest rates right now are ranging somewhere between maybe 6.5% and 7.5%. We're anticipating for this year, since it's an election year, they're going to be pretty stable. We'd like to see them come down a little bit, which may happen perhaps middle of the year or closer towards the end of the year when elections come around. The Fed is being cautious about dropping them too quickly, but since they've come down from 8%, we definitely have seen buyers coming back into the marketplace. So with low inventory and buyers coming back into the marketplace, we're starting to see a little bit of competition again. It got a little quiet during the holiday season and the wintertime, but that is changing and we're getting back to where we were last fall and summertime.
That's good.
If you price it right and it shows really well and it's marketed properly, you, in our area here, in Anne Arundel County, specifically in Crofton where we are, you should probably see, if it's marketed properly, again, I said, and competitively priced, you should probably see 10 to 15 showings in the first week or so, and
Wow.
probably an offer or two.
That's good.
in that same time. That's where we are right now. Things change weekly, monthly, daily.
I gotcha.
Ask me again in a couple months.
Everything will be changing.
Yes,
Gotcha.
yes. And for buyers, I would definitely recommend, again, in advance, you want to find a realtor who understands what's going on in the market and how to prepare you before you get out there and start looking for homes.
That's
Because when you
important.
find the one you want, you need to move quickly.
Yeah.
So it's good to know what your numbers will be, what you need to bring to the table, what your payments are, what your interest rates will be. Generally speaking, most mortgage companies and lenders really are very competitive with one another. They can move a few things here and there, but generally speaking, they're all giving you about the same rate. If you hear something that's just magically better than everyone else, you need to dig a little deeper because they probably just shifted a few things around to make it sound good. But shop around for your lenders in advance. Get several loan estimates in advance.
That's important when you're trying to write an offer. Every time you're waiting around, procrastinating, looking in, researching, you could be out of the running for that home.
Definitely.
Right? So you want to do your homework.
Yeah, do your
prior
homework in
to.
advance
Yeah.
and get your pre-approval letter. I mean, really, if you don't even have that on file, if you don't have a pre-approval letter on file, because you need to move so quickly when you find something you like,
Yep.
You're behind the 8 ball. Maybe your mortgage lender's not going to be available on a Sunday morning when you find a house you really want, and
And
the
they get 3
deadline for
offers going
submitting
on.
offers
Sure.
is late. Yeah, that day. How
Yeah,
you
the
gonna?
Monday you're out.
Right,
So
exactly.
have that letter ready.
Yeah, and getting a mortgage rate lock might be something you may or may not want to do. It's certainly something you can inquire with your lender about. A
it
mortgage
ready.
rate lock means, okay, you're quoting me these numbers, and this rate lock is good for 30, 45, 60, 90 days, whatever that might be. And if you're asking about mortgage rate locks, ask about float downs, because you might lock in at a certain percentage point. But if you're using a mortgage company that will allow you one float down, for example, you're locked in at 7.5%, and by the time you get under contract and close, rates come down 1/8 of a point. It'd be really great to know that you could get that better interest rate, and not all lenders offer that.
Okay.
So that's a
That's
good
good
thing to
information
ask
to
about.
know.
Yep. And of course, there's adjustable and fixed rate mortgages. And if you get an adjustable rate mortgage, generally speaking, your interest rate is lower, which you would think normally would mean your payments are lower, but typically an adjustable rate mortgage might potentially be for a shorter time frame, so your payment could go up. But you could
Gotcha.
definitely get a much lower rate with an adjustable rate mortgage. We have a saying in our business: date the rate, marry the house.
Gotcha.
You can always refinance if you
Sure.
need to later on.
Yeah, but you're in the door.
Yeah, but don't let that hold you back from going out there and purchasing, because with low inventory, like I said, prices are going to keep coming up. It's supply and demand. And the longer you wait to get out there and start investing in a piece of property, the more money you're going to lose, because that time and appreciation, you can't ever get that back.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. Lisa, appreciate you coming in today, spending a few minutes with us, and that was some awesome tips you shared.
My pleasure. I hope you are out there making these houses look great before I list them.
There you go. Appreciate you. And this wraps up another episode of the Bob Carr Show. Until next week, we'll see you guys soon. Take care.